us about what you actually do, because this surprised me as well. I think it's probably started somewhere and ended up somewhere else, but give us just an overview.
So one of the things that I love about what we do is that it's very practical and it's very tangible. So when we began on this journey, we drew inspiration from the fact that there had been massive efficiency gains and success in reducing defects and reducing waste in manufacturing. And we said, what is a kitchen if it's not a factory? It really is a factory. Could we take some of the management science that works in a factory setting and bring it into a kitchen in a way that made sense for the culture and the people in that kitchen? And so one of the things that you see that really works is when you measure something, you manage it. And when you measure something, it improves. There's another great phrase that people do what you inspect, not what you expect. So all of these are part of this general idea that when you bring data into your operation and you create feedback loops and you involve teams in data-driven discovery and team-based problem solving, you can do just about anything. And so we took that inspiration and said, what if we were to introduce measurement into the kitchen? What if we were to measure all the food waste every day? Might we be able to change culture and focus behavior and have all of these outcomes that have occurred in other places? Shocking. We could do this in a kitchen. And so that's what Leanpath does, is we create tools to make food waste measurement and discovery of patterns and action related to that possible. So we provide hardware solutions to measure waste. This includes scales and cameras and touchscreen input devices. Sometimes they use AI to recognize items. Sometimes they don't. We have an online platform that takes all the data from those systems and organizes it. And then we have some tools that guide people to take action on the areas of greatest opportunity. And what we found is that when people do that, they typically cut the food waste that the kitchen controls by half or more. And it's inspiring and amazing. And the way they do that is by building an understanding of where the waste is happening, changing the way they purchase, how much they purchase, changing what they produce, how much they produce, and adjusting menus when they understand which things are getting wasted the most or maybe challenging. And so you start learning. And as you learn, you start to make changes and you get better. And I think you get more confident because that elephant in the kitchen is now visible to you and you can start to manage it down. And that doesn't mean run out of food. It does mean know that every night you have been making 4 extra pans of something and maybe you only need 1/3 of a pan to not run out, right? And so we're not about perfection, right? This is progress over perfection, but that's what Leanpath does, is we provide those tools and the support services around that, including we have chefs on our team who work with culinarians to help them see this problem and make it an opportunity and solve it. And it's super exciting to see them go through that process of first the aha of, whoa, I knew I had food waste. Well, sometimes they don't. Often now they do. Usually they're surprised by how much they have and what it is. And then from there to see them be able to work on it and succeed. And I think the last thing that is part of what we do that I didn't anticipate when we started, but it's the great, just positive energy that is created through the engagement of frontline teams in food service. And this is something that when the light bulb went off for me on this, I got goosebumps. And it was when I said, who's going to fix this food waste problem in food service, which, by the way, is about 25% of the overall waste problem. It's the frontline food service workers. It's the people who are making these decisions. I'm going to make a little, or I'm going to make a lot. I'm going to buy this, or I'm not going to buy that. These people are the global change makers, and they often don't know that. They're in jobs that often don't get nearly enough respect. And, they work so hard, and they have a chance to get fired 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And these are very, very difficult jobs. And to be able to provide the tools to help these frontline team members become aware that they are able to make this change is hugely inspiring for us.